I just like start with tabs, but basically like my whole process for all of these was I like started with sketches, so doing like figure drawings and stuff to kind of, because like you guys gave me the like how you wanted them to look and then like clothing ideas and stuff like that. Well, actually first what I had to do was do a lot of research on like the clothing and like find like images of like dresses and things. Like I found this one website that had all these like antique dresses on it, so that's where I got her dress, and I think, I don't know, a couple of hers, and I just like a couple of them, and then like I did the detail of the face, and then just kind of worked around with ideas for the figure, and then had to combine like all different kinds of images to do a draw. Like so first I did like a large drawing on here, and I started with the figure, and then I would put the clothes on top of it, and then do the face, and then that's when I started painting. And then so before I started painting, I had to find even more images for like colors and stuff. So I had to get I had to like look around online for like different people to paint from, and then I would like I don't know, I just started working from it. But I think I probably ended up working from anywhere between like 5 and 10 images for each person, just kind of like combining clothes and facial expressions and faces and poses for the figures and everything. It's kind of like combining it all together, which was interesting for me because I've worked from like 1 or 2 pictures and just kind of like go with it like that. But with these, it was a completely different process than anything I ever had to do before, which it was good and bad. I mean, it was very difficult and like kind of stressful, but it was such a good learning experience to have to like really like put all of my effort into like making something that looked real.
And is oil, is that usually how you paint?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, oil is my favorite. It's, I don't know, it's definitely you get the most realism out of it because it's like so many like intricacies of color and things, like mixing them and different shades you can't get with other stuff.
And also, I'm just realizing that you wrote down the sort of character qualities on each of these, so I guess you had those in front of you all the time when you were working, which is clearly comes through in the final products.
I had the I had it set up where I had like a drawing board, and then I had like these on it, and then I had like all the pictures like clipped up all around the top, and then I had like little notes, and then like when I was doing the figures, like, I mean, some of these you kind of see too, but I had to draw like a basic figure first with like just getting down like where the head was, where the shoulders were, and all of that, and like marking that all out like that to like make sure the proportions were right. And before I even like started doing anything else, it was really just working from like the most basic of figure drawing up to like these were like completed paintings.
Did you know much about Du Bois?
No, I mean, like, I was familiar with him, like, I probably learned about him in school, but I had to do, like, a lot of research, so I did do a good amount of research on him and, like, trying to find the other characters and stuff, like, what I could online.
I'm noticing about him now, he you know, he's such a confident guy. He's only 28, 29 when he comes to Philadelphia, and, you know, with the clothing, but he's remarkably sure of himself for a man who, because he was African American, was somewhat marginalized already in the academy. But I just love that in his eyes I see like just a hint of vulnerability, and I mean, he had to be scared. He had to. He was young, and he really feels this sense of, I'm an African American. I need to, you know, do this great work for my people. And I hope that kids, where we really want kids to connect with him as a person, that he, you know, he grew up and he went to high school like you, and and he had his struggles, and he wanted to go to Harvard, but he didn't get to go to Harvard, and then, you know, he wanted to come to Penn, but it had to be intimidating to come and do that. And I love that there's just a little hint of that in his eyes.
Absolutely. Katie just did such a great job of sort of like interpreting almost the real life photos of these characters, and making those facial features and expressions work with these character profiles that we created. It's just amazing.
Well, you said that the Mr. Moore, right, was the hardest. Can you tell us about that character and about the process of putting him together?
I don't know why he was the hardest. I guess I had just kind of like a mental block about him or something.
Well, presumably you've never murdered anybody.
It's a difficult perspective.
At least not accidentally.
Yeah. It was just, I don't know, like a lot of different pictures. I don't know what it was. I guess it was like a lot of the pictures that I had to work from as far as like faces and stuff, like blurred out or like just like not very good pictures. So it was like difficult to get the features right, and like, so then it's like, it is like a different perspective too. So he's kind of like, his head's like kind of down, and like getting it to look like him, and then getting like the body right, and like the perspective is kind of different too, because like he's like leaning forward, so it's like a little bit larger, and then like the legs are like smaller, and I don't know, it's just kind of, and plus the hands were pain, but
It came out great. Yeah.
Totally make it.
Yeah.
I think I did Ballard first. She was the first one I did. I had the easiest time with her. And then I did him second because I wanted to get him out of the way. I knew I was not going to like it. Or like not like working on him. And then like, I think I did him next, and then, I did her first. Yeah, I did her first, then her, then him. But he was definitely the hardest, and then she was the easiest. And then, as far as like details go, like all of the women were more difficult on them, because it was all of the like ruffles and lace and all of the like little intricacies of all of their dresses and things like that. Because all those dresses were like so many ruffles.